What's up, guys? We're gonna Brobeatztv, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make some rap beats for storytelling. So let's hop into it and get into the melody. So 155 BPM for this one, so 150 to 160 is good. And this is the sound we're gonna start with. Okay, now any sounds or presets I use will be linked in the description or comment section down below. So let's go ahead and grab us a scale. We're gonna do a D sharp minor. It's just the easiest one to make beats in for like darker stuff like this. Let's get started. So I'm gonna just show you an easy way to do this. All right, just a super easy. So we're just gonna use fifths and stuff like that. So I'm gonna take this, shorten that up. And you could make the regular chord, but to get a fifth, if you don't know, you just go from a root and you go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. And then what we do with this is just pull it down like so. Now the reason I do fifths is so that you can be flexible with the bass line, because the stronger your chords, it's gonna be harder to kind of go off of the harmony from your chords with the bass line. So I like to just leave it kind of opened. And then we can just move some of the stuff over. I'm just copy these and we can just change the notes. Probably keep this the same. Right, very simple. And then we can just bring that A sharp back in over here just to change it up, pull that over. Okay, so now our melody is built. Now up top for like for variation, we could literally just take this, pull it up twice or so, pull a chord or make a chord backwards from this, and then just add our +1, boom, and that could just be our little melody. I'm gonna switch these up because the F here is in harmony with the A sharp. So I'm gonna switch them so it's a little bit better. All right, so that is our first melody. Let's go ahead and move on to our second sound. Next up, we have our accent or counter. So we're just gonna go ahead and cheat for this one. We're gonna take this. Okay, so this little melody combo and just place it in here. Maybe pull it down, and we'll add effects and stuff on this too. So yeah, let's just see this. I'm gonna change the grid, shrink it down. Maybe we could change this up a bit. Let's offset this just so it's not so robotic. I'm gonna move one of these around. We can play around with some of these notes. Oops. Okay, I like that. It's not too dark, and the reason I moved the note here is because I don't want this to be like a super dark like melody. I just wanted to kind of be a little lighthearted, not too, you know, sad, not too dark and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and move on to our next sound. Now next up we have our bass here. Now this is where we're going to start to make it sound like a storytelling beat. So we're going to use a separate bass line than we would here. And this is why I like to start with fifths or just open-ended notes and not necessarily strong chords, because you have a little bit more freedom to play around with the bass. So from this D sharp, if we want a, let's see, and technically we will be using this bass line, but we're going to modify it. So we go here, place this. Basically our bass line will be like this. So you would make a chord backwards from the D sharp and then end up at that A, and it will look something like this probably. And of course you can modify how you want. Something like that, but we're gonna stretch this across and then pull it down an octave. And do it like this. Boom, pull it down. Right, so that is our bass. Let's move on to our last sound before we add effects. Now we're gonna go ahead and take care of our piano. So I'm just using the free piano and sign player. So let's go ahead and get started. And with this, we should know notes to use. So like the A sharp, D sharp, stuff like that. So I kind of want this to be like high. Maybe turn this up a bit. And I'm just kind of go with my ear and kind of like the notes I want to use in the rhythm. We definitely need to add some reverb. So I'm gonna do a 1/4 beat and I'm gonna kind of play around with this. It's not bad. Let's make a chord upward. Let's do a flam here. And then we can place this A sharp and this F. And then I'm gonna pull all these down. Okay, I like that. Try to turn these up a little bit. And just copy this over like so, but change that. And we can take this. And I'm just using some cheating techniques just to make it faster. Let's try that. Okay, I think that's good. Sounds pretty nice. So what we can do now is add some effects on top, you know, add our reverbs and stuff, and then we can go ahead and do the drums. All right, so it's time for the effects. So I'm gonna just go over what I added here. So for our main sound is where a lot of the heavy effects are. So you can see just the regular stuff, the panning, the leveling, but I have a strong EQ here to take out some of the highs and the lows. And this is post these effects. So here I have a portal preset. In Bermuda, I'm using 𝗙𝗔𝗣𝗙𝗙, and then we have a reverb after that, and then on top of that another EQ like this, right? And then I did this EQ right after putting this one in because I felt like it needed further containing. So this is what it sounds like now, and then with the effects. Okay, and then for our next sound, just another portal preset here, melody reduction. And this is what it sounds like solo off. Okay, just gives it a little bit of like dirt to it. And then yeah, everything else, just a reverb on the piano. Very simple stuff here. Nothing really crazy. And just the whole thing all together. Okay, so I think that's good. We can go ahead and start the drums. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw down our low end, so our 808 and kick. So we already have our bass line, so we can just copy this. And then we could shift D and then just kind of throw stuff in. Oops. This is a very poppy 808, so I'm pulling the velocity all the way up. And then I'm just gonna throw some of the stuff in. You really, like, this stuff is pretty easy at this point. Right, you can see here, I did the same pattern as the piano, so that's another thing, a little tip you can use. But you don't have to do that, just something I just did, right? So, what I'll do here, probably move this over, pull that up, and then let's actually take a slide and slide into this note. It's not cut. Okay, I like that, and then we could just put this in the same spots. add some slides here because I'm thinking it sounds a little. Pull that up, and maybe we can add one at the end too. Let's see. There we go. Okay, I like that. So a little rough at the beginning, but we got through it. So that's the 808 pattern. I'll just show it one time. Let me just copy this down for the kick, and then Alt K. And then since I'm using the velocity method, I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna pull this down and just adjust the kick. Okay, that is enough thump for me. So I'm gonna quantize it. We're done with the low end. Let's go ahead and add our drum. Lastly, we're going to take care of our drums. Now this is going to be very simple because we do not need to do a lot. I'm gonna just mute some of these sounds in the 808 because I don't like to ruin the end for myself, because usually when I make beats and I have everything playing at the same time, it's kind of hard to recognize the beat is finished because you've been listening to the same stuff the whole time. So I like to mute stuff. So for the snare, actually, I'm gonna just make this 10 times easy. We just gonna do this. I'm gonna turn this up and we just gonna place this in here. Yep, just gonna do this manually. Okay, and I think that should be a good stopping point. I kind of like when it's a hi-hat roll at the beginning. I don't know, that doesn't sound too good. That's decent, and this snare is way too loud. And then for this little hi-hat, or this open hat, we could just do like a nice rhythm like this, but then I'm gonna do something like, and let's do like a little bend upward. Something was off. I don't know what it was. Let me see. Okay, it was good. All right, so that is the beat. I think we're good here. I'm gonna just adjust some of these and we can play all this together. Let's play it one time through. Alright, and that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.